Hi everyone! Today we're gonna be making BibimBap, which is Korean mixed rice. Usually has rice and a bunch of vegetables, and it's like a spicy chili sauce that goes on top, gochujang. I remember growing up, my mom used to make bibimbap for us a lot. She used to make a lot of the side dishes, and we would have this for like days, and we love it because it's delicious. Not only is it delicious, it's good for you also. It's very healthy. I'm gonna make mine with some barley rice mixed in with it. So in Korea there's barley rice. They call it barley rice. So they process the barley so that you can mix it in with your white rice and steam it together, and then it'll be delicious. So I'm gonna mix mine with the Calrose rice and chapsar, which is sweet glutinous rice. So I'm gonna have 3 different kinds of rice mixed in with my bibimbap. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get to it. We're gonna start with the sauce, okay? So we're gonna start off with the sauce. Gochujang, chili paste. So I have here the I like to buy the hot flavor. There's mild, medium, and hot, and I like a little spicy. But if you have kids and you don't want to make it too spicy, then you don't have to buy the spicy one. And I buy the big one because it doesn't last more than like a few months for me. Oops, especially when I have my parents come over visiting. So I have about quarter cup of gochujang. To that I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of sesame oil, and about a tablespoon of sugar, and then about a tablespoon of vinegar, and then you're gonna add some garlic. I'm gonna add 1 giant clove of garlic. Gotta get all that garlic. And then some soy sauce. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon of soy sauce. And we have some unhulled toasted sesame seed. So unlike the one you find in like American supermarket, the sesame seeds are whole and they're flat and very thin. Koreans use the unhulled, the ones with the outer skin on it, and they toast it. So this is already toasted. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon in here. And then all you do is just mix it up. And this is pretty much your sauce. And you can make a lot of this sauce if you want. It will hold in the refrigerator for months. And the garlic in there will kind of develop. It will kind of like age and make it really delicious. So we have this. Oh my god, this smell is driving me crazy right now. Then we're gonna make our Korean squash dish. So this is made from ehobak, which is like a cross between like a zucchini and a pumpkin. And so the color is nice and kind of bright inside. But you would cook it just like a zucchini. But this is what Koreans eat when they when it says on the recipe like a squash or a zucchini. So we're gonna go ahead with some vegetable oil. I'm using soy oil. And then we're gonna also put some sliced onions. Make sure it's separated. We have about a quarter cup of onions. Then we have about 1.5 cup of the Korean zucchini or squash. We're going to saute this. Normally this dish will have little brine shrimp in it, so instead of using shrimp, we're going to put mushroom powder. Just going to put about a teaspoon. Then we're going to put some salt. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of salt. This smells so good. And then we're gonna add garlic to this. We're gonna add about 1 large clove of garlic, or about a teaspoon of garlic. And we're just gonna stir it nice and about at medium heat. We're gonna stir it. And we're not gonna cook it very long. So when this pretty much gets a little bit soft, and then the onions kind of cook a little, that's when it's ready. I see down here that the garlic and the mushroom powder is kind of sticky. So I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of water to release all that flavor from the bottom. Oh yeah. Yum, yum, yum. Look at this. So this is just about done. We don't want it too soft so that it'll break apart. We still want a slight crunch in the middle. So when the water kind of turns into like a thick sauce-like consistency, we're gonna add some sliced green onion. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons. And turn the heat off. And that's it. Easy. The next one, we're gonna saute some shiitake mushroom. So we're into the pan. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of light olive oil, and then about a tablespoon of sesame oil. To that, we're gonna add our mushrooms. This is gonna be our meat for the dish. So I have a large clove of fresh garlic, or about a teaspoon of garlic. Oh, Koreans love garlic. And why do you think that's most Koreans look really young? It's because the raw garlic and raw garlic that we consume so much. I'm like in my almost I'm still in my mid 40s, but I'm gonna be 46 this year. So yeah, garlic is really good for your skin. Trust me. So once we put the garlic, we're gonna add some soy sauce. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. and we're gonna add sugar. About half a tablespoon of sugar, and we're gonna also put in our onions. Sliced onion, quarter cup of sliced onion. Ah, if you could smell this. This smells so delicious. And the mushrooms, you're not gonna cook it long. You're just cooking it until basically the onions get tender. Okay, this is done. Oh, and then to the Korean squash / zucchini, we're gonna add some sesame seeds. I forgot. Also to this, we're gonna add a little sesame seed. It will give it that nutty flavor. So before I I'm gonna taste it. Let me taste the small one. Oh, better than meat, I'm telling you. Okay, so here's the mushroom. Two dishes down. So I have some English cucumbers here. I sliced it into about between 1/4 and 1/8 of an inch thin. And to this, we're gonna put more garlic. We're gonna put about a tablespoon of garlic. Okay. Gotta get all that garlic goodness in there. Then we're gonna add some chili powder. This is the stuff we make kimchi with. We're gonna add about a tablespoon and a half. We're gonna put a little bit of sugar, about a teaspoon, and then a teaspoon of salt, and some sliced green onions, and a little bit of vinegar to liven up the flavor. And then you just mix it up. Oh, this smells so good. So I had just about 1.5 cups of cucumbers in here. Delicious. A little more green onion. Simple. We have some julienne carrots here. I have about 1/4 cup. Then I have the daikon, or the moo, we call it in Korean. I found some moo from Jeju Island. So Jeju Island is the southern tip of South Korea. There's a little island off of South Korea, and they grow a lot of produce there because it's a little warmer during the winter there. It only snows in the highest peak, but the weather there is really great to grow vegetables year round there. So I got some from there. This doesn't have a lot of water, so it's very flavorful. So we have about a cup and a half of the julienne radish, or the Korean moo. We're gonna add some sugar. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're gonna add also 1 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And then, of course, the garlic. We're gonna put, this one we're not gonna put a lot. We're gonna put only half a teaspoon of garlic. Then about a few tablespoons of green onion. And then we're gonna put the chili powder. We're gonna put about a tablespoon of chili powder. And then just mix it up. So this one will taste a little better as it sits in the marinade, kind of like for about if you make it a few hours earlier. But I wanted to show you how to make it, so here we go. Gonna taste it. So good! Everything mixed together will be so delicious. Okay, so before you even soak these, you should actually rinse them because sometimes there's dirt on them because they dry it under the sun in Korea. So rinse it first and then soak it in the water overnight, and you will get really delicious sweet potato bites. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some soy sauce. And we're gonna add 들기름. 들기름 is basically, you know, the perilla leaves. They make oil out of the perilla leaf. So perilla seed. And sometimes that leaf, you know, that fragrant leaf they call sesame seed leaf, is actually perilla leaf. And with the seeds, they make this really fragrant oil. So if you don't have this at home, you can substitute it for sesame oil. Okay, and then we're gonna add some garlic. This one we're gonna add quite a bit of garlic. About a tablespoon of fresh garlic. Okay, so kind of mix it up, and we're gonna saute it in here on the stove top. I'm using the same one from the mushroom because it already has soy sauce on it. It's not gonna make a huge difference. So we're gonna add some all of this to the pan. also gonna add some of the sesame seed. And basically we're gonna saute this until the liquid gets absorbed into the sweet potato vines. Oh, this is so delicious. So this is one of the ingredients that you can kind of change out. If you have fern, bracken fern, it's Koreans call it gosari. You prepare it the same way. If you have the dry ones, that one you need to actually soak it and discard the water. You soak it for about a few hours and then discard the water, and then you add more water, and you do that for 3 times. And that's how you make the bracken fern. So this is a little easier in the process because you don't have to change out the water. So we're gonna saute this, and you're gonna reserve some of the liquid because as we're sauteing, we're gonna add a little bit of water when most of the liquid evaporates. Because we want to get this sweet potato vines really tender. Oh yeah, and then to this I forgot. We're gonna add some plum extract, 매실 chunk. So we're gonna add, this will add a little bit of sweetness and then flavor of like the plum in here. I just put about maybe half a teaspoon. Not a lot, just a hint of sweetness, not a lot. So I'm pretty much on a high heat. Oh, you can smell this. This is, oh my god. I'm gonna have really good lunch today, guys. Most of our liquid has evaporated. We're gonna add about a quarter cup of liquid. And we're gonna cook a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna add another quarter cup. This off. 콩나물 is usually referring to soybean sprout. So you take soybean, and when you sprout it, it becomes soybean sprout. It's a little crunchier than mung bean sprout. We're gonna add about, this is about 2 cups of soybean sprout, and we're gonna add about tablespoon of garlic, and then we're gonna add about a cup of water. On high heat, you're basically going to simmer the soybeans, and we're gonna add about a teaspoon of salt. So we make a lot of dishes with this bean sprout. Another dish that my mom used to make that I love and she used to make it for us often, is she would chop up sour kimchi and put it into the rice, and you cook it. Well, way back then she used to put pork in it too, chopped up pork. But now she makes it for me without the pork. She puts kimchi, and then when the rice is almost done cooking, you put the beans, like ton of bean sprouts on top of it, and then you just steam it at the end. And so you take that and you mix it all up, and you make this sauce with the soy sauce, garlic, sesame seeds, soy, what do you call it? A little bit of green onions, and then you mix that up, all up, and you just eat it. I'll show you how to make that in one of these videos. It's so delicious. That's one of my really comfort food. Another dish is soybean soup, and soybean sprout soup. That's really commonly, used to be really common when everyone used to make traditional breakfast at home. That's one of the soups you would serve in the morning with the rice. So anyway, so we're gonna cook this, and if you want it a little spicier, you add chili powder to this, the chili flakes, and basically you're going to reduce the liquid. And at the end, we're gonna finish it with sesame oil. Okay, so we let it cook for about 5 minutes, and then you see how the liquid almost is evaporated by more than half, and it's almost done. So we're gonna add a little bit of sesame oil at the end, and we're gonna taste it for seasoning. That's good, no more salt. 1 teaspoon is enough. And at the end, we're gonna put some green onion. And that's it. Easy breezy. Next, we're gonna make mung bean sprout. So this is more common in the American supermarket. We're gonna put about 2 cups of it. Actually, I'm gonna put all of it because this one shrinks down a lot. And I have some ice water here. This one is so easy. So once you have water boiling, you just put your soybean sprout, mung bean sprout in here. You're gonna basically only leave it in here until it comes up to a boil again and it's done. And I'm gonna keep the water because we're also gonna make spinach. Squeeze the water out. Once we have our mung bean sprout, we're gonna put garlic. We're gonna put about, this is more than 2. The whole package was about, I think it was 14 ounces of bean sprout. We're gonna put a tablespoon of garlic. Some salt, a teaspoon and a half. The salt, you can control how salty you want it. And then about 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. And a little bit of chopped green onion, maybe about a tablespoon. And that's it. Look how simple it is. This is really simple but really delicious. So the Korean name for this dish is sukju namur. Sukju is basically mung bean sprout, and namur means like seasoned and kind of like, it refers to vegetable side dishes. Namur. I'm gonna taste it. Good, no more salt. Perfect for me. So we have spinach here. And when Koreans eat spinach, we eat the stem and everything. Because a lot of the nutrients is also in the stems. And the other reason that Koreans love to eat the stem is because it has a texture, it has some texture to it. It gives it a little crunch. So we put all our spinach in here. And we're just blanching. It's like, it's pretty much almost gonna be identical to the way we made the mung bean sprout. So we're just blanching the leaves so that we can squeeze the water out. So once it wilts, we don't want to cook it a long time, okay? We just take it out, put it right into our ice water. Pull it down. And we're going to use our cheesecloth. And just squeeze the water out. See, the less water you have, the longer it'll stay in the refrigerator. The more water it has when you're mixing it with the seasoning, with the garlic and sesame oil and the salt, faster it will spoil. So easy. It's just blanching, squeezing. So for the spinach also, we're gonna put garlic. This was about, I would say, a pound of spinach. Or a bunch, one bunch of spinach. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of minced garlic. And here we're gonna add about 2 teaspoons of salt. And we're gonna put dirigidam, the perilla seed oil. And that's it, you just mix it up. Taste it. Delicious. There's a term for that in Korean. They say 고소해. 고소하다 means kind of like, and it's a savory word that says it's kind of like nutty flavor. So our spinach is done. I think tomorrow I'll do kimbap. And so I have a lot of spinach, I can use it in the kimbap also. It's called minari. Minari? Ah, it's so fragrant. It reminds me of like a cross between cilantro. How would I describe the smell? Cilantro and maybe like parsley kind of smell together. And most of the time Koreans will put this into like a fish stew to kind of get rid of that fishiness. But I just love this fresh and oh my god, I just love this vegetable. So we're gonna just take this. I discarded the stem because the stem is really tough, and we're gonna basically cut this into bite-sized pieces. So about 2-inch pieces, and we're gonna just blanch this in the water. Now if you don't have this, you don't have to put it, but I just love this. And this will blanch in like just right away after you put it into the water. Just take it out, just in and out, that's it. I'm gonna get rid of this since we don't need it anymore. So right away, this one you don't even need cheesecloth. If you want to use it, you can use it. But I'm just gonna squeeze the water. This made so little, but it's okay. You don't need a lot of it for the flavor. So basically, we're gonna add some garlic to this. We're just gonna add about a teaspoon of garlic. And some sesame seed, sesame oil, about a teaspoon, and half a teaspoon of salt. And that's it. Love this. This is a mixture of devil's rice, which is for green white rice. Then we have some barley rice, and tough rice, which is bush rice. And then some rice. And for purpose, we're going to have food here. I'm going to put a lot of rice, not more vegetable. Oh, my mouth is watering just a little bit. So we're going to add peppermint squash or zucchini. And we're going to add sugar. Then our sweet potato lines. Then I have our number, just like each up. And our number, just like each up. And our spinach. And our nutty, which is my favorite. That's what I'll use for. Which is chocolate and eggs. Oh. So excited, everyone. Now I'm gonna put our gochujang. Just put it all over the top. My mouth is watering, everyone. So, I mean, I have enough for like maybe between 4 to 6 people with this side dishes. You just have to make enough rice. And I'm probably gonna eat this for about next 4 days. But you know, it actually tastes better the next day. As the dishes sit in the refrigerator, it'll develop more flavor, okay? The only thing I would make double of is the gochujang sauce. That you might need more depending on how much people like to put in their rice. And then at the end, we put some sesame oil on top. This is very traditional. And then you take the seasoned laver or seaweed. This is from Costco. The Korean market ones are so big, you have to eat it right away. I like the single pack. You just take some of these toasted seaweed and you just rip it up into little pieces and you put it into the BibimBap. And then you mix it. So the proper way to mix this so that you don't destroy all the vegetable is with the chopstick. You kind of move it around. Yeah, and traditionally it's supposed to have a sunny side egg on top, but we're not. We're eating it vegan, so we're not putting any egg in it. I guess if you really wanted like egg flavor, you could make just egg and just put it inside. But I don't think it needs it because all this vegetable have so much flavor. But what I do want to make is that vegan egg yolk. One of these days I'll make it vegan egg yolk with the tomatoes. It's like a gastronomy. You use like chemicals, but we'll talk about that later on. Right now I just want to focus on mixing it right so that I can eat this. Oh yeah. Just get it all in there. Make sure everything is mixed and distributed really well. Oh yeah, it's almost ready. Yes. I have my eating spoon ready. Yum. So good. Now I'll put barley rice in here. The barley rice, in the old days, that's what the poor people ate. Like the farmers and like people who didn't have a lot of money, who couldn't afford white rice, the Calrose rice, ate the barley rice. And so I'll show you what the barley rice looks like. So if you look at it, it's more nutritious than regular white rice. So it was health food. Nowadays, this costs more than white rice. But if you're not used to eating barley rice, BibimBap, don't eat it unless if you're gonna be home for the whole weekend because it's gonna make you run to the bathroom. It'll keep you regular. Yum. I ate it all. Oh, so delicious. It looks like it's a lot of work, but it's not. Main thing is just cutting the vegetable. Cooking it is very easy. Easy. You can make a lot of it at one time if you're feeding a family of 6 or something. And you can eat it for like 2 nights, you know? Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Ooh, excuse me. Please press the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and share it with all your friends. And I think the next video I'll make is Korean fried chicken. But we're gonna make it vegan. So we're gonna make the vegan chicken, and then we're gonna fry it, and we'll do the Korean chicken 2 different style. We're gonna do it with like the spicy gochujang sauce, and then the other one's gonna be like soy short rib kind of like flavor, and we're gonna do that in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Until then, I'll see you. Bye bye. Do I have spinach in my teeth? There's something in my teeth. Bye.